as we get further and further away from the Sword and Shield sets, you gotta wonder, what's gonna happen with these Trainer Gallery cards? Let's use the past and talk about the future card values. And sometimes the obvious plays really are just that obvious. But before we get into it, we gotta talk about today's sponsor. It's us again, Cardinal Gaming. You guys already know, up at the top two buttons right here take you to our TCGPlayer page with all of our card singles on there. Check them out. Down here, all of our pre-orders. 151 is up. Obsidian Flames is up. Some of the stuff for 151 is already sold out. It's pretty hype. It gives me some indication that this is going to be super popular. So, yeah, pre-order if you can. Come on down here. If I could hold pre-releases, this is where they would be. And Cardinal merch, if you guys want to go support the store, I'm going to put some other stuff up here, like t-shirts and stuff. Hello everybody, Mason here, Cardinal Gaming. Appreciate you clicking on the video, supporting the channel, supporting the store. Let's talk. Let's talk today about the Trainer Galleries. We all love the Trainer Galleries. They're awesome. They're great. But, for the most part, they are very, very cheap. I have it on TCGPlayer here, sorted from highest to lowest in price. But, obviously, these high-end ones are kind of the outliers, right? Very, very quickly, it goes to very cheap cards, right? So, a lot of these, the big winners from the Trainer Gallery. Things with the Umbreon, the Misty, Pikachus, things like that. Things that have very good fundamentals as far as like popular Pokemon, popular characters in them, stuff like that. Obviously, these are going to be the most expensive, and rightfully so, right? Popularity kind of drives this type of stuff. When you're talking about when people go out to buy stuff casually, if it's cheap, stick it in a binder, stick it in their collection, and that's where it stays. A lot of these Trainer Galleries, because they are so cheap, we're seeing that happen more and more. I can't keep this stuff in. Even at the prices that they are, they fly very, very easily. And you can look and see what the most popular of these are and how fast the sell-through rate is on some of these. If you look at some of these, take a look. We got 78 of the Starmies, 98 of the Pikachus, 33, only 33 of the Umbreon VMAX with Karen on it. And then you're talking at 134 and 119 for this Umbreon, 116 for the Mimikyu V. That's one of my favorite Trainer Galleries right here. Just, low hundreds. Some of the lower ones, like Acerola, obviously. Adventurous Discovery sees a little bit of play, so for as cheap as that card is, yes, you're going to put some pretty cards instead of the base stock art. That's pretty common. And then I think the real sleeper, pun intended, is the Pikachu. It's actually gone up quite a bit, and we will look at prices individually, but it's gone up quite a bit. It used to be $2 or $3 for this Pikachu, and we've already seen these prices kind of start moving. We'll take a look at it, like I said, but you have to think about these cards in relation to stuff like the Cosmic Eclipse, whatever you would call those, the arts with the Pokemon with a trainer on them. They are, I guess, secrets, but they're in the uncommon slot back then. Anyways, these cards are very similar to those. Have the same kind of feel, and as we progress into alt arts just being a thing and staying a reality and a constant in the Pokemon hobby and the collector hobby sector of Pokemon, people are going to want these cards. People are going to want the Cosmic Eclipse ones, and they're going to want these as well, just because they look awesome. Some of the best looking cards in the whole entire game, and you're going to want these to fill up a binder. It's going to look awesome, and yes, there are hundreds of these, and as we scroll through and kind of the cheaper stuff, you get to see 200 of like this. The Vaporeon, 300 of these, and there's a lot of these cards, and they're very, very cheap. And that's obviously why they're so cheap, is that they are not uncommon as far as pulls and things like that. So when I look at this and I see, of this Eevee, I see it for the market price of $2. And there's almost 300 of them listed. I think back, and I think of very similar times when I said, man, sure is a lot of these Cosmic Eclipse secret Piplups. And they're like $2 or $3 and nobody wants them. Things like the God, what's the other ones? The Weavile, and even like the extra drill. Is it extra drill? Drill burr. One of those. Like $1, sub $1 kind of things. And lo and behold, as soon as the stuff dries up, people go back and they want to collect them, and they can't see them anymore as the market evaporates because this product is getting older. There's not enough of them being opened to supply and keep the constant of the prices. Prices have to go up. They just have to. That's just how markets work. So, is now a good time to look at the trainer gallery and start picking things up? As we get further and further away from Sword and Shield, it makes more and more sense. Especially for sets like Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, Silver Tempest, Lost Origin, all those with these trainer galleries. It's starting to make sense where these could be the bottom of the prices, and again, we're going to look at a few and see if we can kind of get a feel for how the market is on these certain cards. And even one by one, we'll go through and we'll say, hey, is this a good thing or good not? The thing that I like to say, and like I tell people, and they're like, hey, I don't know, like, which of these could have the most potential. The thing I always say to people is which one stands out to you? Because more than likely, if you like something, other people are going to like it too. And if something has an appeal to you, and you know that it's of a popular Pokemon, it's of a good trainer on it, you know, all the fundamentals of being just a cool card, it goes without saying that, you know, other people are going to like it too. Those are going to be the more likely things to go up in price, right? For example, Opal, we already know, is not a great popular character at all. Just not, right? Just not popular. Same thing with like Kabu here. Not a great character. But then you look at Pierce. Pierce does have kind of like a following that of all these like Sword and Shield era gym leaders and stuff. Pierce is fairly popular compared to a lot of them. So of those three, it makes sense that, hey, if you like Pierce the most out of the three, more than likely everybody else is going to feel the same way. So as you go through and you kind of like do the sniff test of like what looks good to you, I think it makes sense to look at it that way and do the same kind of thought process when you go and look at that stuff. All right, so let's look at some individually. We looked at them all now. Let's go through and look at some of the popular ones, and then we'll go back and look. Now, this Umbreon VMAX has always been kind of the leading factor for this kind of trainer gallery cards, right? It's always been up there, right up there with the most expensive, the most popular. It's got Karen, it's got Umbreon, and the VMAX. It's got a lot going for it, and we already know that the back half of the trainer galleries tend to be less common. So this being, I think, my eyes are I'm so old, guys. I just can't. 23 out of 30. The back half of trainer galleries, less common, or so it feels, right? So it makes sense that this card, wow, looky here. In the past 3 months, this card has started to take off a little bit in price. Now let's look at, let's go back a little bit further, because this is from Brilliant Stars. So this is a set with trainer galleries that's a little bit older, right? Kind of seeing a little bit of bump here, and then maybe this was like in the you gotta remember like reprints when we look at these graphs. So maybe this was like in that same window it was when Brilliant Stars has seen a little bit of a bump. Again, as things get opened, packs get opened, these cards find their way onto the market, and then it could drive the prices down when there's more sellers than there is buyers. Now, whoop! All of a sudden, right, we've seen this big bump where maybe Brilliant Stars isn't as common anymore. Or maybe people are opening, if they're going to open up old packs, they're going to open like Silver Tempest and Lost Origins. So this card in general just doesn't see the market and doesn't hit the market as often. And it's starting to take off here. Again, this card has very, very good fundamentals. Looks good as far as like a something to put some money in. Now, it is more expensive than most of them. this has a higher risk than a lot of the other cards that you can pick up. You could buy 30 of the Eevees from, we'll look at that in the card later, but it's like sub $1 or $1 and some change. You can buy 30 of those versus one of these. It depends how you want to play this, but it goes without saying that this card is going to be popular. People are going to want this card. And we've already seen Umbreon perform. We know Karen's a popular gym leader, champion. She's champion, yeah. Goes without saying. It's got all the stuff that's going to be good. As Brilliant Stars gets older and older, and people start not opening it as much, these cards are going to evaporate very, very quickly. I think that is what we're starting to see here. Let's keep moving. We got to keep moving. Got to look through some more examples here. All right. Starmie V from Astral Radiance. Astral Radiance is historically not a fantastic set as far as like really punchy values. Not a lot of swings. Fairly consistent. Very low as far as demand, as far as like sealed packs go. I very rarely sell Astral Radiance when I have something like Lost Origin in stock. It's just the way that it is. That being said, not being mass opened, it's not being opened by casual people selling cards back to me like a store and then putting it on TCGPlayer. We can look at the chart and see that despite some peaks and valleys, that it is trending upwards, even with this little bit of a fall off here recently. Let's go to the 6 month and see if it kind of looks the same. Again, maybe a reprint here. Astral Radiance was in the middle between Brilliant Stars and the Lost Origin Silver Tempest print. It's just, again, expensive cards, very risky, very hard to tell looking at these graphs what's going on. Obviously, though, it's got Misty on it. It's a cool looking card. This card, in person, is beautiful. This in a binder looks beautiful. As far as trainer galleries that people are going to want to collect, this is absolutely in the top quarter of them that they want, and the price reflects it already. Let's keep moving. The Garchomp V here in Astral Radiance. Man, what a weird graph here. What a nosedive it's done. It looks more dramatic than what it is. It's $21 to $19, so it's really not a crazy dip. Let's go back it up a little bit. Again, the swing from $27 to $19. Maybe this card was overvalued. Maybe that we're looking at other Cynthias that came out, or other cards featuring Cynthia. It's hard to suss why this card would be going this direction. But again, is there potential there? Very popular trainer, our champion. Very popular Pokemon. Garchomp is fairly popular. Is it more expensive than what it should be currently? Hard to say, right? This is where it gets a little more nuanced. There's a little more guesswork here. There's things. Oh look, who's this? Huh, isn't that funny? Sponsored ad from Cardinal Gaming. Let's look at some evolutions now. Let's look at some evolutions and look at these guys. Let's go to the 6 month on this. Ooh, trending down. What is this set from? Brilliant Stars? Again, it's hard to know. Are we at the bottom? Or are we seeing some other types of movement? We can look at the market price versus what is currently sold in the listed and seeing which direction it's going in. 15, 15, 15, 14, 14. This could be going down further, it looks like. Sylveon VMAX is an interesting card. I think it's great. I love Sylveon. I think Sylveon is a winner long term as far as like people that like Sylveon. There's a whole gender. There's a whole gender of Pokemon fans that love this Pokemon. But interesting to see. Again, I didn't pre-look at these graphs, so I really don't know. I just opened them and I flipped through them. Things to think about, things to look at. Maybe this one is not the right move at current time, or like I said, maybe this is the bottom, and we're it is pretty low right now as far as like the year-long age of this card. It's hard to know, right? That's what makes it exciting. This is why it's a gamble. I don't condone doing this as like, hey, I only have $100 and I want to throw something at a wall and see if it sticks. just do this if you you believe in the fundamentals and it feels good to you, right? Pikachu. Again, I thought this card was an absolute steal at $2, $3. We're all the way up to $5 for the market price. And we've seen this card go on little runs where people are buying it out. We see 6, 2s, 3s, 3, 5s, and this is just in the past 2 days. People buy this card in mass, and they do want to have it. And yes, I think of anything in this trainer gallery, this Pikachu makes the most sense to sit on. This has all the makings of same type of feel. Again, this is Lost Origin, but it has Arceus feels from the video game. You see the little wooden Pokeballs there, Hisuian garb there. It's gonna be a nostalgic card. It's a Pikachu. They're sleeping, hanging out. This card is the most obvious of obvious plays. The market and the amount of this card just has to dry up. Again, it's in the front half of the trainer gallery, so it's more common, but very sought after card. Very like erratic swings in this price chart as well. So as things get bought out and prices move, and we kind of go through the waves. Yeah, man, I wish I didn't have to have that big high peak in the front. We could kind of see the peaks and valleys a little bit better all the way back from August of last year. Get the full year, but interesting to see. I think this card has legs. I think it's going to go and is of any of the trainer gallery cards. If you're going to bet on one, this would probably be it. That's my opinion. My opinion only. All right, let's talk about this black and gold Pikachu. Kind of a different feel. Some people are kind of mixed on these cards if they like them or not. I think they're neat. But this card is trending downwards as well. On the way to $6, it's looking like. That's a 6-month. We're at, this is out of Lost Origin. Again, reprints kind of smacking this card around a little bit. Could be seeing an influx of that. We're looking at release, $12, and we're all the way down to $6. Again, Pikachu's popular. But there's so many Pikachu VMAXs. There's so many Pikachu VMAX boxes and premium sets that had promos and things of it. Pikachu VMAX in particular has just been getting hit with reprint sticks all the time. There's got to be like 5, 6, 7 different printings of Pikachu VMAX. This one is going to take... It's going to take a lot of effort for this card to stand apart from all the rest of those, especially when you have the rainbow and those types of cards that look really good. Black and gold cards, or the black and whatever the color is, these cards can be interesting. And we'll have to see what people think of them long term. We'll see. All right. The Mimikyu V, one of my favorites from Brilliant Stars Trainer Gallery as well. Just an awesome looking card. I think it's goofy. I think it's fun. And lo and behold, some people tend to like it too. Again, one of the more expensive ones that looking like kind of like $12 right now, market price. But yeah, again, a card that sees some swings, right? Let's see what people are buying. There's somebody about 4, 2. Not a lot of people are buying a lot of these cards, but again, Mimikyu's super popular. Acerola, super popular. A very unique looking card. It'll stand out in a binder. Definitely a cool looking card. Again, has good fundamentals, has a creepy vibe, kind of has like a horror movie kind of vibe. It's super cool. Feels very unique, very cool, very interesting to look at. Again, more expensive if you're going to make a move on them, but I think one of the more obvious ones as well, where it stands out as far as like popularity goes. All right, again, a Karen with an Umbreon again. This Umbreon V from the Brilliant Stars Trainer Gallery. Again, kind of a weird card because you already have the VMAX, very similar feel to them. They do kind of tell a story, so maybe they kind of do look great. Ooh, look, somebody bought 12 of them. Ooh. So maybe some people looking at these, but whoa, what a weird little chart here, man. Again, looks more dramatic than what it is. It's only a couple dollars, but still. Umbreon V. It's hard to tell you to bet against Umbreon, but again, a little more expensive. Does it have somewhere to fall before it goes back up? That's kind of like where we have to be thinking about? I don't know. This is the fun part of it, where it's fun to talk about, think about the fundamentals and the things and the factors that play into this stuff. I don't know. I like it, but at $20, is it a good investment? When you can buy 20 of those EVs and potentially see better return. We'll see. Pikachu V with red, another super popular, super expensive one of this. Wow, trending down. What is this from? Lost Origin. Okay, Lost Order trainer gallery, and we are trending down pretty hard. Maybe this card is being offloaded from a lot of the Lost Origin being opened. Interesting to see. Kind of such a fair dip down. Lost Origin is just about almost a year old. Lots of peaks and valleys to this card. Man, interesting to see. It is something to think about, though, when you see these sorts of peaks and valleys, that this card has already been up this expensive again. And it's already been down this much again. And gone back up. This is a card that sees a lot of swing, sees a lot of sales, and sees a lot of sales volume to be able to do those types of dramatic swings like that, to see that price movement so much. Again, when the faucet gets turned off from Lost Origins, what does this card do? Does it go up? Does it go down? Does it stay the same? I think this is a very cool, iconic looking card. And you think of the Pikachu from Cosmic Eclipse, we all saw what that did. What that did. And that card was $4 or $5 at its low point. How about the Pikachu V Max? Let's talk about the Pikachu V Max again from Lost Origin. Lost Origin, again, a great set. It's got 4 Pikachus in the trainer gallery. That's something to think about, something to keep in the back of your head. You're thinking about Sealed's product. Lost Origins got a lot of heat in this trainer gallery. Again, a card trending down again since the reprint, but for the 6 month, it's been kind of a weird swing. Again, trending down. Again, another card. Pikachu VMAX. Again, so many printings of this card. We don't know what exactly is going to be the winner. As far as like the VMAXs, if it's the set card, it's one from the box promos. I don't know. I feel like this one is pretty awesome. But again, is it already too expensive? Did we already miss the boat? If we were going to invest in this card or try to buy this card to hold. I don't know. How about the Gengar from Lost Origin? Again, a Gengar and Pikachu's in Lost Origin. There's a lot. There's a lot going for Lost Origin, let me tell you. Kind of a notorious card. Very, very cool, very unique art again. Pops in a binder. Pops in person. Looks great. And again, look at these dramatic price swings. And again, this is only in a $2 or $3 card. These types of swings, this type of price movement, takes a lot of movement for a card with 238 listings. And at only a few dollars to have it go up and down like that. That's a deep amount of singles to see that type of price movement. That means there's a lot of the stuff selling all the time. Yeah, this is just today. I mean, there's so many of this copy of this card selling. Again, Gengar, super popular. So it's hard to say to not expect this card to perform. Man, look at these price swings in 6 months. So that's a lot of movement for a 200 plus listing card. A good one as well. If you're going to look at something to hold, again, for $3, it's hard to say that in 2 years that this card is not going to be more than $3. That's a pretty safe bet, I would say. All right, let's finish this up. You guys can do your own research and look at the cards again. Use the same things I've been talking about. Do you like it? Do you like the fundamentals of it? Popular Pokemon, popular trainer or champion. If you like it, people will like it too. But let's look at that. Some of the most popular of them. They have Vaporeon, Flareon, Jolteon, and the Eevee from Brilliant Stars. Beautiful cards. Awesome looking cards. when Brilliant Stars dropped and we saw these Trainer Gallery cards for the first time, man, these cards were gorgeous cards to see. And again, cheap card here. We're looking at $1.60, $2.90. A lot of sales in between those prices, and that's just the last two. So huge price swings for this card when it does sell. Again, we got 300 listings of this. It is a wide pool, but not very deep as far as price goes. So to get that type of movement is impressive. It's got a lot of sales through a lot of cards for this price to continue to do what it does with these weird erratic swings. And again, if Red Stars disappears and we start seeing less of it, what does this card do? Things to think about. Vaporeon. The Flareon. Look at this bad boy. Which direction he's going. Again, it's only $1 or $2 swing, but again, lots of movement. 269 of them listed. Popular cards. Again, for $3. $3. The Jolteon. In the 6th month. Is this a $2 card? And then the Eevee. The Bills Eevee. Look at this card. Again, selling for $1, $2 in that range. Thought it was worth taking a look at, guys. Again, use your own big brain to come up with ideas. And again, sometimes things that are obvious, they're right there in front of you. And when I saw these cards from Cosmic Eclipse, I was like, man, these cards are sick. And they're only like $1 or $2. That's too cheap. And we've seen what happened with those. Trainer Galleries could be down the same path. Of course, that's just my opinion. You guys do what you want to. Just a funny thing to talk about. Let me know in the comments, which Trainer Gallery card would you bank on? Which one do you think is going to see the biggest jump in price? I'm interested to see what you guys think. I appreciate you guys watching. We will see you in the next one. All right, bye.